my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a really good, my really good Netflix recommendations. And obviously because I live in the UK, there's some Netflix shows that I can't get. So these are like the ones that I'm able to get and I really enjoy. I am going to say that I'm not a big fan of romance films. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. And I'm not really a fan of comedies. I think I've only got one comedy in here because it's just not my kind of thing. Like, I'm into like thriller and like horror and action films and like TV shows. Yeah, so without further ado, please like this video and subscribe for more videos to come, and let's just get straight onto it. So these are in no particular order, and the first one that's on my list is Z Nation. I think my friend Summer, she recommended it to me. I think this was literally like 2 years ago. I think it was in year 10 or something, and we was in maths and we were just talking and she randomly recommended it. And basically what it is a like zombie TV show. So these people, obviously there's a zombie apocalypse going around, and there's like someone who was in prison and like they were being like used as like testers for vaccinations, and then someone ended up getting a vaccination but it like changed them, and then they got a group of people on the mission to like take them to like this other place, and then all along the way obviously there's zombies, people getting killed. It's just such a great TV show and I highly recommend it. Next on my list is, I'm pretty sure everyone here has obviously heard of it, because if you haven't then you're living under a rock this entire time, and it is Stranger Things. I'm really not going to get into detail because everyone knows what Stranger Things is. Little girl called 11 from like this lab, and then Demogorgons, you know, yeah. Bye. Jump, jump, jump. Right. Okay, I'm just saying number 3 is How to Get Away with Murder. Honestly, well, by the title it obviously says what it is, How to Get Away with Murder. It's about law school, and I absolutely love like when it's about law. Like, there has been a dream of mine to become a lawyer, but that's like pushed back now. It's so good. I'm not really going to get into it. How to Get Away with Murder. So sad, but honestly, I'm the best. Number 4 is The Society. Obviously there's only one season at the moment, but I'm pretty sure, I think there's another one either finished or like in progress of finishing. Basically these group of people, they smell something in like their school, and then they go on this trip, and then they return from the trip and no one's home, and like it's a completely different thing, but so good. So basically they're in control and they're like leaders, and like they're fighting and starving and killing. Number 5 is a UK film, TV show, and it is Death in Paradise. Oh my god, if I were to recommend one TV show that is British, it would be Death in Paradise. Basically, this British policeman, detective, inspector goes to Caribbean island, or like, yes, and there's always murders, and then at the end the best part is near the end when they figure out who did it and how they did it, and you get to see how they did it. So good. I'm not going to spoil it, so I'm just going to stop there. Number 6 was my all-time favourite for a while, and that is Prison Break. I can't even tell you. Prison Break made me cry so many times. Literally so many times. Basically, this brother, Lincoln, he goes to prison for murdering the president's brother. But it's a setup, and then his brother, Michael, does an armed robbery to get into that prison, and then they break him out before his execution date, and then they end up getting out. They're on the run, which is such a great bit. When they're on the run, it's one of my favourite bits, and like there has been times I've just watched that bit because it's such a good bit. And then he ends up prison again, has to break out, you know, and then his wife, who was the doctor in the prison at the beginning, she has to go into prison, and then you get me. Such a great TV show. Number 7, we have Suits. So Suits isn't really a horror, like a thriller. It is about, like, Meghan Markle's in it, and that is why I love it so much. I love Meghan Markle so much. She's such a great actress. And Patrick J. Adams is also in it. They're in, like, business. I can't really explain it. It's kind of hard to explain. But obviously if you watch it, then you'll understand. 8 is iZombie. I think I watched... when did I watch it? I think I first watched it... was it a year ago? I think it might have been a bit over a year ago. Basically, a zombie, Olivia Moore becomes a zombie, and then she quits her job as a hospital, as a doctor in the hospital, because she becomes a zombie, so obviously she can't, because you get me. So she ends up working down in the morgue with Ravi. Love him so much. And then basically people that die, like get killed, she eats their brains to work out how they died. So she gets these visions. I've always wanted to work in a morgue, and that sounds creepy so much, and you can get rid of this video now and exit it if you want, but I've always wanted to work in a morgue. I don't know what it is. I think it's, I don't know, interesting, and like working out how people died and stuff. But I don't think it'd be interesting when you find out one of your friends is in the morgue, but that's a completely different story for another time. 9, number 9 is The Originals. It is a spin-off version from The Vampire Diaries, and The Vampire Diaries isn't actually on my list because I only like the first and second and a bit of the 3rd season when Stefan and Elena were together, because they're like my dream. I want them to be together, and obviously that didn't happen, so I just stopped from there. And then when I watched The Originals, so good, honestly. But obviously Hayley and Elijah didn't end up together, and I'm like, oh. Originals basically the first ever vampires, and then obviously Klaus, who is a werewolf / vampire. Did I say that right? Number 10 is Riverdale. Riverdale, I haven't actually watched obviously because the season's ended, and it's kind of, the first season was such a good season. Honestly, it was so good. I think I've watched the first season about 4 times, like all. And then obviously the other seasons I haven't really paid that much attention to, but I obviously have watched them. It just gets creepier and creepier. Basically in the first season, Jason Blossom gets killed. So they're trying to find out who did it, and then while they're in high school, and yeah. But I obviously haven't really paid attention because it had got creepier during the other seasons with the Gargoyle King, the Black Hood wasn't so bad, but the Gargoyle King, not my cup of tea. Number 11 is Gossip Girl. I think I haven't finished Gossip Girl, but I have seen little snips and clips, so I do obviously know what happens. I think I'm on season 2, maybe season 3. Basically, it's just real, not real life, but like it's just an how do I put it? How do I put it? It's like not murder. Well, there is murder, not based around murder. Basically, this person who's Gossip Girl exposes things, puts stuff on the website, and yeah. Number 12 is one of the only comedies, the only comedy that I actually like that is based around comedy, which is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. At first I loved it. I haven't finished it, but I do obviously know what happens. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a comedy working at the police. Love it when they work at police stations and stuff. That's just my kind of too. Police station, and they have to obviously solve stuff, and it's comedy at the same time. Number 13 is Shadowhunters. I actually forgot all about it until I literally looked on my Netflix and looked at like my list of stuff that's on my list, because obviously it hasn't like it's finished now. Shadowhunters, such a good thing. Basically, Shadowhunters who hunt like demons and stuff. And then this other girl, Clary. What did I say, Clay? Oh my god, I said Clay because of Jason Clary. Oh my god, that's so stupid. Clary and Jace. No, just Clary. We're gonna go just Clary. She doesn't know she's a Shadowhunter until she sees Jace, and Jace is like, "You can see me," and then progresses from there. But it's such a good thing. They go around hunting demons, and there's weddings, and there's Alec and Magnus, who are like, he's pretending that he's not gay, but actually he's gay, and Magnus helps him and then he stops the wedding. Okay, yeah. Okay. 14 is Dynasty. I haven't finished it. I think I literally just finished season 1 because it's so sad and I really didn't want the person to die who died. Another one of those, not real life, but like, it's an exaggeration of real life, basically. But there are murders in there, which is kind of why it like lured me into it, and because my friend also was mentioning she loved it. 15 is The Stranger. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is a British one. Basically, there's this stranger that goes around exposing people and blackmailing people for money. And then like this other person who's hunting the stranger, who's like this other person, I can't give it away, but he's actually this person, and he's working with this person, working with the police basically. And then you find out the stranger has like not a secret, but like she's doing this to certain people because of something. And then the ending is such a plot twist, but it's so good. Honestly, I recommend it so much, and I really hope they bring out another season. 16 is the first ever Netflix show that I watched, and it is Pretty Little Liars. Oh my god. However, it is not on my Netflix anymore. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just mine, or everyone's in the UK's, or everyone's in the world. Basically, Alison De Laurentiis goes missing. A year later, people get, the group that she was friends with, Spencer, Aria, Hannah and Emily, they get these messages from A. So obviously they're thinking, oh wait, it's Alison. I'm literally just editing my video now, and I realised I didn't really make sense. So basically, the reason why they're a bit like sceptical is why it was Alison is because they think she's dead. Is that clear? That's clear. Actually, it wasn't. I can't say who it is, obviously, but and then like the person who it actually is thought that by doing this it would scare them all apart, but actually it brought them together. And then this person got jealous and stuff. And then there's like a student-teacher relationship. So good. Number 17 is Somewhere Between, which is such an underrated TV show. Like, I don't understand why. It is so good. Basically, there's this little girl, who gets killed, basically, and the mum, she ends up killing herself because she can't live without her daughter. And then and then she ends up coming back alive, but it's a couple of days before her daughter dies. And this other person not killed himself, but he basically nearly got killed, and then he went back in time as well, because when he got killed was the day his brother was executed. So he got to, it was about saving the brother and saving the daughter. Oh, so good. What are we on? Number 18 is Gotham. Love it. Just love it. It's about Bruce. His obviously parents get killed because it's Bruce Wayne, you know, Batman. And then he becomes obviously not an orphan, but like, and then he has his butler Alfred. And basically, and then Gordon is James Gordon. He is a he's a police detective. He turns out to be a captain. And number 19 is The Mist, another really underrated TV show. I think I watched this about maybe not a year ago. No, I think it was a year ago. And basically there's this like mist going around, and we have this girl who was raped basically, but her best friend says it was this person that raped her, but then people think she's lying, and then there was this mist going around, and then she told this person don't go in the mist, and then they were like, why would I listen to you, you lied about being raped and stuff. And then she went into the mist, and then she got killed, and then the whole time basically they're in like lockdown, and then her and her mum are separated from her dad, and then the best friend has a secret which you find out about, don't worry, and then the person that apparently raped her like ends up liking him and end up having a kiss, and people find out, and it's such a good TV show, and I recommend it to every single person. Number 20 is 13 Reasons Why. I just finished season 4. Let me tell you, so sad. Like, oh my god, don't. I cried so much. Obviously the first season is obviously about Hannah Baker. I mean, all of it is basically about Hannah Baker, like it started with Hannah Baker. The last season was so sad, but such a good season as well. Like, I loved the season. I think out of all of them, my favourite season probably has to be the last one. But yeah, it's so sad, and it's all finished now, which is like heartbreaking. But I recommend that so much, and there is a bit in it in season 2, the last episode, that does kind of, I hate so much because it's so heartbreaking and it's not nice at all, and I literally like it was nightmares, so I don't really like watching that, and I haven't watched it ever since I first watched it. Last one is Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf, I finished the whole thing. Yeah, I finished the whole thing quite a while ago actually, but I have watched bits every now and again. Basically you have the vampire, oh my god, the werewolves, I was going to say Tyler Posey then. Scott ends up getting bit by a werewolf, so then he becomes obviously a werewolf when the full moon comes, and then he meets Alison, and then they become together, and then like Alison's dad is a hunter, so he doesn't know that his daughter's boyfriend is a werewolf, so he has to try and hide from it. And then Alison's auntie comes down, and she's also a hunter. It's so good. My cat won't shut up meowing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button and like this video, and I shall see you all very soon.